Okay, bold title again. I know. I think I need to clarify the very point of this video before the worst happen. Just like my previous video. Master Chief sexy. Invincible is no doubt a really good series. It tells what a proper mature superhero would be, starting with our protagonist, Mark, an aspiring kid with a superhero dad who grew up too fast to know the truth, that people do die when the hero tries to save the day, that there are underground criminal world that will use any power by any means necessary to keep their wealth, and finally that there are far more dangerous threats beyond human rationality. The show also focuses on other characters of different level of backgrounds, from being a superhero to being a supervillain, as how they went on about their life, how they faces problems. It's a show that projects such an amazing story in a larger world, and personally I enjoyed both season 1 and 2. Now, with that being said, Invincible is a show that I cannot help but to feel like as time went on, it'll dug itself deeper onto the ground. Like the positive things I said earlier were mostly applicable to season 1. Although I do have some issue, a notable one is that the action in the story were quite lazy, but that was minor, and again it's season 1, so I'll give the benefit of the doubt. Season 2, however, is where I'm just impatient. To contrast, season 1 was struggling in tries to emotionally connect to the audience until the climax of the final episode, where Mark's dad, whom you may know as Omni-Man, was constantly beating the shit out of him until it spurts out a third act flashback.
Did you see? Oh, that was amazing!
That actually got me. In fact, that scene was so iconic that it made the viral meme Think Mark Thing. In fact, I even referenced that meme in my animated short film. So that was like the peak of season 1, right? And then season 2 came out, and upon watching it, I just don't feel anything. I felt less attached to these characters. In fact, a common trope that I noticed is that there were times where a scene wanted to be emotional regarding a character we focus on, but unfortunately, it was their first time being on a spotlight without any forward development, so I could not care less. My favorite example is from episode 4, where Mark visits an alien planet only to reunite with Omni-Man, his dad, and then the planet gets attacked by the bad guys, and it showed like, oh, look at this destruction being laid upon these alien people that look like this. Like, come on, this is just one episode that spanned for around 40 minutes, and within it is just Mark and his dad walking around a big palace, and that happened. Like, it would have been better if Mark just tries to distance himself from his dad and then exploring the rural area, talking to the locals about their life and so on. That way I could at least feel sympathy for them. Then there's the world of the story. It felt like it doesn't want to go bigger. Like Invincible was based on a rich comic, and season 1 showed a lot of world building. In season 2, it's like it was under progress, but then it stopped. Like the first half of season 2 is like, wow, look at the multiverse and alien headquarters far away from Earth. And then the next half is just Mark and his girlfriend, who felt like their character arcs hasn't been completed even though they have been in season 1. Like, I want to see more alien planets, not unnecessarily repetitive romance. And even then, the alien character, Alan, that's his actual name by the way, isn't well explored. And it's just a shame because the trailer for season 2 is supposed to showcase this new and important character named Thaddeus, who is the boss for Alan, right? And he's voiced by Peter Cullen, who is the original voice actor of Optimus Prime. So as a Transformers fan, I am on the edge of my seat when I see that tiny yellowy text in the middle. Anyway, the show really underutilized Alan and Thaddeus because they had very little appearance. In fact, they only appeared as a tiny tool to move the characters back on Earth forward. And it was twice. And what's even worse is that Alan and Thaddeus doesn't even have a key role in the show other than to deliver a simple information that covers the entirety of season 2, and that is humanity is ready to fight the bad guys in the upcoming season 3. What more can I say? Oh yeah, what infuriates me the most is the finale, because season 1 wrapped up with a huge loss for Mark. Like, he failed to protect hundreds of civilians from his dad, and let's not forget, it was very emotional. Season 2 closed with Mark getting stuck in another dimension because he killed the only person who can bring him back to his world. and I thought that was cool. I thought that was gonna be the end of episode 8. But nope, the good guys from the future rescued him because of plot convenience, and now everyone lives happily ever after. Come on, man, seriously, please make Mark suffer from pain and grief. Wait, I didn't compile that correctly. Season 2 is supposed to be bigger and better. I mean, not in a sense that it must go bigger in the world building, but more so the stakes. Things need to be more seriously. There needs consequences. And Invincible Season 2 just kind of doubling down on it. Moreover, I'll say it again. Invincible is a really good series. I like it. I just felt that there's just some issues that, if ignored, it can affect the story of the show for the worse in the future. Maybe this whole oversized Eastern European caravan is just for me and not everyone else. And if you want to give your own thoughts, please do so in the comment. I really love to hear them. I'm all ears. But anyway, I hope in season 3 they actually focus more on the world building, get over with Mark's love life, make his girlfriend a side character because her arc is done. There's a bunch of other characters that needs to be explored. Give them their own adventures. And please make the fight scene more intense, because while some of the fights were good, some looks like a bunch of people walking out of Taco Bell. I mean, not a big complaint, but there are other Western animated fights from the same era that, let's be honest, beats Invincible a mile away. Yeah, please make more of this. Like, I'm pretty sure everyone just wants 10 minutes of fight scene like this. Phew, that was a long rant. Again, not a big issue, but I feel like it needs to be pointed out. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. If you do want to support the channel, then feel free to subscribe. And yeah, see you guys. Peace.